I know the posters say not to go to A&E, but I did try not to. The infection in my sinus had been so bad that despite having antibiotics, it spread to the skin around my eyes, and the ophthalmologist my GP sent me to at the hospital said that if the symptoms persisted, I should contact A&E. I kept hoping it would get better, but there was no improvement. And by the Saturday morning, after the antibiotics finished on the Wednesday, it looked even worse, like I'd been beaten up. I thought, I just need some more antibiotics, I'll phone the GP. I got the answer phone message to phone Care UK, and they said I should go to A&E. I still wasn't convinced, and so I decided to telephone the ophthalmology department. But when I rang the hospital, the lady on the switchboard said they weren't open, and for emergencies out of hours, I should come to the A&E. Now, as my mum lives near the walk-in centre for Rotherham, I rang them for advice. They said they couldn't do anything for me, and I should go to A&E. I talked it through with Pete, my husband, and he said, well, you can't go on like this. Oh, he'd been so sweet, reassuring me that my face didn't look that bad, but I could tell he was really worried. So I went up to Barnsley Hospital. My friend Lorna took me, because it was Pete's birthday party that night and his sister was over helping him set up. It was 2 o'clock by the time we got there, and it felt really busy. Lots of people in the waiting room. I knew we'd have to wait, and even though I was worried about my eye, I could see there were others far worse off. The nurse who assessed us, it was 3 by then, said, we'll refer you to the GP working for Care UK. So I had to go back out, past reception and up a corridor. I was seen by 3:20 and the doctor was fine, said yes, I did need further antibiotics, and actually they seem to have made the difference. It does seem I went full circle though, and it wasn't for want of trying.
This account reflects the experiences of a woman with an infection local to her eye, which persisted despite a course of antibiotics prescribed by her GP, who had tried to avoid attendance at A&E by contacting primary care services, including a walk-in centre, and the out-of-hours service. The lady eventually attended A&E, as all services contacted advised, and once triaged, was referred to a GP working for the out-of-hours service, operating adjacent to the A&E department. The patient received appropriate treatment, but essentially had been full circle through services including A&E. Although the governing body recognised that the story appeared to be a familiar occurrence, the recent development by the CCG of 2 schemes in Barnsley to try and reduce A&E attendances were highlighted: the extended GP opening hours during weekends and the minor ailment scheme. Given that with regard to the patient's symptoms and from a risk and patient safety perspective, it was probable that without a face-to-face consultation, a clinician on the phone would have referred the patient to A&E for assessment and treatment, the focus also needs to be for the A&E front end to be managed differently, with primary care triage at point of registration to aid best use of services available whilst remaining the go-to place for patients out of hours.